Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of the SharpSHOOTers. As always, we're your hosts, Danny and Juice. How you doing tonight, Juice?
I'm doing well. I'm here. I am ready to go. I feel like a new man. We'll see how that goes with time. But I know we didn't get a chance to really talk about it on Tuesday. But with the time off, I feel refreshed. I feel different with wrestling. Um, not gonna start watching WWE,
It's
but
like
I'm
we're
gonna
going to
try and
pay-per-views, PLEs.
no, but I'm gonna try to be a little bit nicer towards the WWE, or at least not as judgmental or harsh. I'm sure a week or two from now that'll change. But after being away and spending some time listening to some of our fan base, some of our fans that watch the show and maybe don't comment on here,
Jay DeFalco's
it
not
just made
happy
me
with that.
realize it just made was that?
Jay DeFalco wasn't happy with that one. He farted at it.
It's all right. Talking with them, I realized how passionate and how much some fans truly just still care and enjoy watching WWE and like it. I may not agree with that, but like when trying to talk with them, I felt like I was being like Mr. Poo Poo, and I didn't want to be that guy. So, so we're gonna try. We're gonna see how it goes. Maybe it'll change. Again, one Vince McMahon return away from me snapping again, but
I
yeah,
appreciate the effort.
we'll see how it goes. Am I hearing things? Who is this? Oh, hey, again, I'm not watching. I ain't watching. I'm not gonna praise them.
Hardly
I'm just
dare
gonna
I
try
say
and
this is a cleansed Juice right now. All right, he's trying fresh. He's got the toxins out. He's hoping that they don't come
that's
too quickly.
that's kind
That's
of
what he's
it.
hoping.
I've been so out of the loop on like WWE, especially a little bit AEW, but I've been watching. But like that disconnect helped. So we'll see.
I'm a
Don't
little
be worried.
worried.
Don't be worried. The juice you all know and love is still hiding inside there screaming at me. But for right now,
I love it.
we're gonna ride this wave and be nice.
I love it. I love it.
Ish.
All right. I'm just
Yeah.
hold on before we begin. I just realized I'm gonna add one more to the tab.
All right. And while you do that, I'm gonna pay the bills here a little bit.
Yes, sir.
The real juice is somewhere in Ireland. Yeah, maybe, perhaps we'll find him soon enough. But yeah, really quick to pay some bills.
I wish I was still alive.
If you have not subscribed, now is an excellent time to do so. We would appreciate any and all support, and it goes a long way for us to help us build the show, build the brand, extend our fan base, which is something I really would like to start doing in the fall, with our next announcement coming up shortly.
I agree.
So if you do have Amazon Prime. You do get one free sub to use every month. It does expire every month, so you have to keep reusing it if you have before. But again, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Amazon Prime Gaming, you get a free sub to use. The instructions are in the chat. Scroll up a little bit up above, you can check that out. Um, with that, we mentioned it here on the show a little bit before our hiatus, but we wanted to take the time to formally let you know that while we are back now doing our thing, um, starting 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
So yeah, because next week on Monday and Tuesday we will be doing the Till Five Wrestling Tag Team Tournament live over on Facebook. So we won't be live next week on Tuesday, but after next week. So let me just pop up the calendar really quick. So starting on
September
Monday, Monday, September 8th,
8th.
we
Yeah.
will now be going live on Mondays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we will no longer be live on Tuesdays. It's the same format. We'll be doing the Monday show as the variety hour or whatever it ends up being. We're starting it at 7 to try and counteract NFL and also Monday Night Raw. And then Thursday will stay the same at 7 o'clock. Once again, counteract NFL and any potential live collisions that might come up. Now, some quick news that did come up, if you guys did
Yeah.
not see it,
Of
is
course.
that WWE must have had an inside scoop spy on us. But while we're going live starting on Mondays at 7 p.m., the following 3 weeks, Monday Night Raw will be live also at 7 p.m. on Netflix. So while we're trying to go earlier to counter program them, they're literally moving up an hour to counter program us. I see
Not
how it
even
is,
counter
WWE.
program. We're trying to be nice and not counter
Yeah,
program. so
Yeah,
that fans can
and
watch both, and they're just pulling the AEW on us. It's crazy.
as usual, the pettiness. But again, I will
Ridiculous.
try to be a good juice for as long as I can be. But again, so tell everyone you know, all your friends, all your shooties. We will be live going forward, starting on September 8th, Monday and Thursday at 7 p.m. So there you go.
Agreed. All right.
All right, let's dive in.
And with that, it is Thursday, and we haven't done it in a while, but this is our last point standing where we go through a lot of WWE and AEW news and what we missed. Now, we know we missed a lot of weeks, so we're not going to be able to cover it all, else we'll have you here for like 2 or 3 hours. So we're just going to go with the immediate stuff. We're going to talk about the Clash in Paris predictions. We're going to bring up the Till 5 wrestling brackets because they're pretty much more WWE based with all their tag teams and stuff. And then we're going to go through AEW Forbidden Door and talk about whatever happened this past week as it relates to Forbidden Door. So, with
Nice and
that being
simple.
said,
I like it.
let's get started with Clash of Champions. I'm actually going to change our screen a little bit because I have our predictions somewhere. So give me 1 second. Just going to
Clash of Champions.
Did I say Clash of Champions? No,
You
Clash
did.
in Paris.
Oh, okay. They heard all the shit you talk, Juice. Yeah, probably. But you know what? We'll bring it on.
Fuck 'em.
I'm sure the word of mouth from all of our fellow shooties here on the show and
Mm-hmm.
watching on demand will be more than happy to spread the word and be more than happy to watch us versus a random episode of Netflix Raw. Ugh.
All right.
Yeah.
And here are the...
So Clash in Paris,
Yeah.
a usual whopping 5 matches. Originally was supposed to be Stephanie Vaquer versus Naomi, and now they because baby, they just completely wiped that match. They completely wiped that match, and they replaced it with one coming up down below. But yeah, I'll let you take over and start here with the first of 5 matches, and we can talk about it. And I mean, spoiler alert, I think me and Danny are pretty much in lockstep the whole way here.
Yeah.
Um,
Without watching much of Raw, but just reading about it. Yeah.
On paper, the card does not look ideal to me. Like nothing really stands out as like it's gonna be that good. But
Yeah.
take the wheel, Dan.
There will be potentially a 6th match added. We'll see what happens on SmackDown tomorrow, but all signs are pointing also to Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. So we'll update the list if and when that happens. First matchup, we have the Fatal 4-Way for the World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins will defend this title against CM Punk, Jey Uso, LA Knight. This stemmed from what I understand because, again, I was away. We were away, so didn't watch the last 2 weeks. But apparently Seth Rollins interrupted a tag team match between, if I remember correctly, CM Punk and LA Knight versus the Braun Brothers. And then when he interfered in that, Jey Uso came out, interfered, and then Adam Pearce just announced a Fatal 4-Way for the World Heavyweight Championship. So with that being said, obviously there's going to be interference. I don't see Seth Rollins losing the title right away. So I think we both are on the same mindset with the Seth Rollins win here. Yeah. And definitely due to some interference.
It seems like we do disagree a little bit. I went with Seth Rollins. You went with Seth Rollins.
Oh, Rollins. Yeah, sorry.
So
well, we're going to be in Paris.
Rollins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why does it look so weird now that I look at it? Looks like it's wrong. Like all.
I know. Whenever you spell something, yeah, I get it.
Now I'm looking at it like it's wrong. Whatever. Yeah, this one just doesn't seem. I mean, I hate to make the comparison, but like other people have already. This kind of screams like the Death Riders 4-Way they did at World's End.
Yeah.
Where it was like, all right, Mox is facing Orange, Page, and White. I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not Page. Maybe it was somebody else. I forget. But yeah, I just don't. It'd be great if somebody else won, mainly CM Punk or LA Knight. But this is not the time. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I'd honestly be shocked.
It'll probably be a fun enough match, and probably the best match on the show.
It's going to be a good match until the end, unfortunately. Then whatever screwy finish they do is going to kind of ruin it.
Yeah, well, it's a Fatal 4-Way, and I know triple threats are usually no DQ. I'm assuming Fatal 4-Ways are too, so it's probably going to be overbooked as usual.
Exactly.
But yeah.
So all right,
whatever.
next up.
Right.
I know you're excited about this one. A good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. I assume this is just another way to say like a street fight or whatever. Sheamus versus Rusev. From what I've seen, they've just consistently been fighting, and then the match just ends in like whatever, no contest or whatever, because they just can't stop fighting each other. So they're throwing out the rules because they're in Europe and doing, or in Paris, and doing Sheamus versus Rusev in that version of a street fight.
Yeah, so I did a little research here before I made my pick because I didn't know what the history was with them fighting already, and they're 1-1, and then the third match they had on Raw was a double countout, which led to this. So they're pretty much even. This is the rubber match ending. It's easy to pick Sheamus. I mean, I could see them going Rusev, but that would mean they're committed to Rusev and a push and something. And quite frankly, I'm not convinced they have any long term plan for Rusev. So
This is the
yeah,
only match where I'm like, I
yeah,
might change depending, but like, I feel
I
like
just don't
Sheamus
know.
just gets the win there because it's the European tour or whatever. But I could see Rusev winning this one as well, like you said, because we have a lot of baby faces winning also coming up. So
Yeah,
well, a
Jay
couple,
says
it's not a lot of matches.
can't wait to go back to 2008 and watch this match. Yeah, yeah.
Well, maybe
Might be a
this
little,
is the start of the reunion of the League of Nations.
God, don't get in Wade Barrett's here. Actually, you know what? Between that and Del Rio, who knows? Maybe.
Yeah. Ugh. Ugh. All right. Next
Yeah,
up.
I can't wait to see all the shillelaghs in like Paris. Like, oh, Rusev's got a baguette. All right, continue.
Rusev's got a baguette.
Watch, I
All right.
swear to God, if there's
Oh
a
my
fucking
god.
baguette,
I
someone
know,
gotta
that was
text
just
me
funny
to
as hell
watch
the
it.
way you said it. All right. Next up, the match, honestly, of the entire card that I just don't understand. Doesn't make sense to me. Hate everything about it. John Cena versus Logan Paul. Last we left off, before we left for our European tour, John Cena was being attacked by Brock Lesnar, and we thought that was going to get set up. And then the SmackDown after that, there was no Bork, and Logan Paul just started talking trash to John Cena, and that's where this match came from.
Can we pause real quick and actually talk about WrestlePalooza going head to head with AEW All Out on September 20th? Um, Very interesting. It's going to be also WWE's first PLE on ESPN live. Um, and I've already seen like of course like freaking Meltzer and other people are like urging Tony Khan to move All Out to the afternoon, not to go head to head. And honestly, no. Like you were there first. If you're gonna keep getting fucking pushed around and bullied around and made to go early, you're just gonna give them what they want.
Yep,
So I say no. I say stick to your guns, put on your show, and end of the night, I think that AEW is gonna win out.
agreed.
I mean, because everyone's gonna win, I guess. But I just don't move, and I don't think Tony's going to. But I just don't like that. But what are your thoughts on WrestlePalooza in
No,
Indianapolis on September 20th, where it's
I
going to presumably be Cena versus Brock, by the way?
yeah, that's why it's being brought up, and I'm not surprised that they would do that. I don't think Tony should move it earlier at all because I honestly think Cena versus Brock is going to be so like bad and disappointing, and a lot of fans know that, even like WWE fans, that AEW is going to like clean that up. So there's no reason for them to move earlier.
If any of our viewers watching disagree with us, by all means, let us know. Do you think Tony should kind of, jump at it and
Because
go
also,
earlier?
what's he getting out of it though? Like, what are
Well,
they
not
helping him out with for him to move
well,
that earlier for them?
everyone's like, oh, it gives them the jump on the word of mouth, and it keeps people from like changing the channel over. And I'm like, you know what? Like, here's the thing: it's not even the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, gonna just be on ESPN. It's just TV. It's not even really a pay-per-view. No one's paying to order it. There's no subscription number.
So
There's no
like
way to track
exactly
it besides the viewership.
they
So
have to
like that's
change
the
over to get
problem.
to AEW, so like that's the dumbest thing also. Like they're not going to be on the same
It's
channel.
yeah. Oh yeah, you know what's gonna happen? Fucking, it's gonna turn into this game where like I feel like AEW and WWE are gonna be like, oh, hour pre-show, hour and a half pre-show, 2 hour pre-show,
Yep.
3 hour pre-show. Like they're gonna do pre-shows, anything to get like the edge earlier,
Yep.
and it's just whatever, man. Just stick to what you're doing. It's not even a pay-per-view in my eye. It's not even a PLE in my eye. It's just airing on ESPN as like a Saturday Night's Main Event special. And
Specifically to go
like,
against AEW. That's what I'm saying. Like, even more reason not to
yeah,
help them out. Like, they're doing
yeah,
this on purpose. Like, they could have
yeah. You know
done
what? It's just,
Cena versus Brock here. They saved it for the ESPN
mhm.
special that they conveniently scheduled.
It's just gonna light a fire under Tony, which we'll
Yeah,
get to in a minute. But all right, back to this Cena versus Logan Paul. I really would like to think this is just Cena getting a big babyface win after the turn and making
that's
the crowd
that's what
happy
I'm
because
thinking too.
he's only got like 8 appearances left, and I highly doubt at this point, after everything Cena's done, he's gonna want to put over Logan Paul in one of his final matches. I think Cena even knows better that the match is enough to like put him over in the eyes of the fans.
No,
So.
for sure. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stick with Cena here, especially if he's
Um,
fighting Brock next month and losing to Brock.
yeah, that would be crazy.
So,
Like losing the back to
yeah,
back to both of them wouldn't make sense. Um,
yeah.
Next up, Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. Another match where last I left off, I really didn't see this coming. I thought it was going to be Roman versus Braun Breaker. But Braun has supposedly said that he has no interest in fighting Roman Reigns unless he has the World Championship, and that he's only interested in going after the World Championship. So, therefore,
That's yeah,
Roman
that,
versus
that's
Bronson.
a money match. He's
I
definitely
agree.
gonna hold on Breaker.
I
So
agree.
yeah, so I'm cool with
And
that.
I also like the
Um,
explanation for it. Like I'm not upset by the swerve. I think that's a smart explanation, and that's gonna set up a
yeah.
huge match, title or no title. That's gonna set up a huge match down the line between those two.
So you buried the lead with the headline for this match. I mean, it's the Tribal Chief versus the Tribal Thief. The man's got like 15 pairs of Roman Reigns sneakies at this point. He's taking them all. He's probably holding them down. They should put them all. They should do like a strap match where they tie all the shoes together and kind of use them like to hit each other. I think that'd be neat.
That'd be
Um,
hilarious.
yeah, this is another one kind of like Cena, where it's like I feel like Roman's gonna have to win it through everything you've done with Roman over the last few years, and
Mm-hmm.
like to have Bronson beat Roman would be huge for Bronson, but I just don't think you do it here. I think Roman's just gonna get the pop win for the crowd, but
And
and if Bronson
also
wins, it's gonna be a ton of shenanigans. But
and also
yeah,
the Braun Breakers. If anyone's gonna get that win out of this group, it's gonna be Braun Breaker. You're not gonna get Bronson the win before even Breaker has a chance at him.
so Carol asked, I have a question, and I mean this legitimately. I mean, obviously, Danny, you can answer too. You're here live, so there's no delay. But the tribal thief and the Shula Fala, is that an internet joke, or are they actually saying that on TV? Like, are they actually like walking
That's really
around going,
funny.
"I am the Shula Fala"? Like, is that a
Jade
thing
Falco
on
also
TV?
says Nike on the pole match sponsored by Skechers.
Skechers. I'm just curious because I can imagine tribal thief probably being said, but legit on TV.
Oh
All right,
my
there you go.
god, awful,
All right.
awful, awful.
See, I'm being nice. I'm
I
being
agree.
nice. I'm
I'll
not
say it though.
saying
That's
I'm not.
awful. All right, last
Yeah.
match on the card as of now. Why did I put Nikki with an E? That's weird. I caught that
Oh,
before
I
you
know.
did. All right.
Oh, don't worry. I caught it before you.
Damn it. Yeah, I
Um,
said it before you did. So, women's intercontinental title match: Becky Lynch defending against Nikki Bella. I wouldn't understand why Nikki would get the win here. So, like just for pure make it make sense kind of thing, Becky has to win here. That's not going to be the point to take the title off her. I think that'd be crazy.
yeah, I don't really know. Like, I know Nikki's still trying to get Brie to show up, and apparently WWE doesn't want to do it because of the Danielson thing with Brie, which is ridiculous at this point. But yeah, I don't really know. Like, I'm not gonna say it wouldn't make sense because at this point, anything WWE does is what it is. Um, yeah, I don't know what Nikki's deal is long term. Like, I don't know like after this if she's
Yeah,
done
that's
or
the other good
gone.
question. What is she going to do long term?
So yeah, so I feel like it's gonna stick with Becky for a
All
bit.
right. All right.
So yeah, again, as you guys saw, we're lockstep here. I mean, maybe it's because I've been out of the loop, but like on paper, looking at this, it just seems super obvious who's gonna win everything.
It
Um,
just as a booking standpoint also, it just doesn't make sense for
mm,
most of the other except for maybe Sheamus and Rusev, no one else really makes sense to not win the match that we kind of predicted, just based on storyline, based on how long they had the championship, based on the opponent. I agree.
I mean,
Maybe there'll be one shocker, but we'll see.
I'd argue the only one that really wouldn't make sense would be Nikki winning it. All the other ones would be results we wouldn't like, but they could make sense with the booking. In my
I mean,
opinion.
I
In
guess.
my
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if I look at all these, like if Bronson beat Roman, I could see it. If Logan beat Cena, I could see it. If anybody beats Seth, I mean, I could see it. It'd be too quick, too soon, but like it's possible. So really, the only one that would be like, what are we doing? Is Nikki winning the IC title? In my opinion,
What do we do?
Nikki
Nikki.
deserves her Piper rearranged her. Wait, what? Hold on. Nikki deserves after Piper rearranged her implants. Oh,
I don't know what that
oh,
means.
okay. Nikki deserves to win it because Piper Niven, I guess, is the one that
Oh,
like
for some reason I was
popped the
thinking Roddy
boobies.
Piper. I was like, that doesn't make sense to me. Yeah,
No,
Piper Niven.
I, mean,
That
I
makes
guess it
more
was Piper.
sense.
I didn't know who it was that did it, but
No,
I
no, no.
guess because
That makes more sense.
I guess because Piper popped her boobies.
All right.
Um,
Next up, I'm not going to even pull up LPS because it's just easier to make sure we're already in this format.
sure.
We're going to
Yeah.
look at
So what we're
the.
gonna do?
Go
Yep.
ahead.
No, no, by all means, set it up. You're doing it.
No, we're all set up. We're going to look at the Till 5 wrestling brackets for next week, the tag team tournament brackets, where we'll be picking and hopefully trying to win with our picks. So we're going to go through each bracket in no particular order, just whatever was already set up
Oh, I,
on my
I
screen.
didn't I didn't know if you wanted to go night one first. This is night two. I don't care, but as long as we just verify, let everyone know if they're gonna just tune in.
Yeah, we'll let
Um,
them know. Yeah, I don't. I just whatever they came in the
okay.
email. So
Okay, so the way that they're doing it over at Till 5, it's a two-night event. Night one is the classic era. Night two is the modern era. There are 16
all right, so
teams
I'll go for you.
each night. We are going to pick. There are four different teams involved in the tournaments, meaning like me and Danny are a team, Notorious ATB and Tanner are a team, etc., and so on and so forth. So we're going to draft four teams out of the 16 each night. On the first night, we get the very first overall pick, and on the second night, we get the last overall pick, which I think was done on purpose. I think it was done by design. I'm gonna put my little tinfoil hat on here. They knew that I'm very weak with the classic brackets. I think they knew, okay, they don't know what they're doing, and by they
Fools,
mean me, and they gave us the first pick, figuring it'd be a layup.
fools.
Little do they know,
I love
Danny's
it.
gonna carry us. Danny's gonna carry us to the promised land on night one. So I want to preface that by saying, Danny, let's not give away too many trade secrets, if any, here on the show, because I'm sure they're probably watching right now or sending some spies over. Um, so we'll play it close to the vest.
If
But
anything,
this is
I'm gonna talk about how bad these brackets are. I'm just gonna shit on these
ha-
guys for these setups. I don't even
yeah,
understand half these.
yeah. So yeah. So the way that they did it was it's any tag. The way I was told was any tag team that formed or wrestled prior to, I believe the line is like 2001, 2002. I think
Yeah.
it's '02. So anything now, any team that I thought was formed before then was under classic. But if they wrestled beyond or before, I guess there was some gray area. I digress.
Yes,
So
like
these,
so.
yeah.
Some people, for example, I'll admit that I did because it wasn't clear how they wanted the rules
Mhm.
done. Where I kind of picked when they're at their best, in my opinion. So like they might have formed before 2000 or whatever, but they might have been really good until after 2000. So that was my kind of mindset with it. Whereas Juice had the opposite, where it's like when they formed is when we should put them in, which I understand. And if that was the case, I
Yeah.
would have been completely fine with that because that would also would have changed these brackets drastically.
Yeah, yeah. Like for example, I mean, like Edge and Christian Dudley Boys, like they formed in the '90s, but they wrestled well into more of the 2000s.
Yeah.
But I put them in the classic bracket. That's where I think they should be, based on that rule. But whatever. At this point, it's made, it's done. There were numerous votes. I don't know how many total votes there were, to put the pool together. But where are the Hardys? Don't worry, Killer Tomato. This is only half of the night one bracket. So let me go through it really quick. Again, we're not making picks. We're not sharing who we're gonna go with or
Also,
whatever.
really quick,
Although we technically could,
we
since we're
technically
the number
could,
one.
but we won't.
We're not
But
gonna we're not gonna do that.
each bracket we're picking from like so we're not picking all the classics at one time. We're picking each bracket. So we have the first pick in this bracket, and we're picking 4 teams out of here, and then when we go to the next classic bracket, we pick all over again. So very strange rules, but that's how they do it,
Oh, wait, was that how it was last time?
wasn't
I
it?
forgot.
Didn't we
I
go
don't think
bracket
so.
last time? We went bracket by bracket.
Oh, I think we did. I don't think that was the rule, but
Mm,
I don't know.
I don't
Either
know.
way, well, we'll be fine. I'm confident we'll be fine. Again, night one is Danny's show.
See,
I will
we're
help
already
where I
confused.
can, but it's okay. So the matchups really quick. We have the Freebirds versus Gordy and Williams. We have Edge and Christian versus the Dudleys, which I think is completely unfair,
That's
but it's
crazy.
how.
First
I also
round
don't know how
matchup.
the seeding or brackets shook out here. I think it might be random, but I don't know. Either way, Harlem Heat versus the Brainbusters, the Rock and Sock Connection versus the Steiner Brothers. So that is the first half of night one on Monday, Labor Day. It's starting at 7 p.m. over on Facebook Live. Now we can go over to the next half of the classic bracket, which we'll also be doing that same night on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
We have APA versus Demolition. We have the Hart Foundation versus the Outsiders. We have the Road Warriors / Legion of Doom versus the Midnight Express. And we have the Hardy Boys, there you go, Killer Tomato, versus the Rock and Roll Express. So that is the classic bracket. And for anybody that has not tuned into these shows before with Till 5, um, they do not go how they go here on the Sharpshooters. Obviously, we are 2 people over there, well, sometimes 3. Over there, it is, I believe, 6, 7, and also the chat. Things can go much differently than you think. I mean, no offense to her. I remember Leilani Kai had quite the run in the women's tournament last time, which I'm not fully aware of her game. So, but still, I thought that was a little bit beyond how she should have gone. But
You
you
know
don't
what?
know.
With that being said, we
Hmm.
do need you guys showing up then, because like if there are ties, they do go to the chat, and a lot of times obviously the chat are their fans, so they're gonna side with them. So we do
Yeah.
need you guys coming up and showing
And,
out for us.
and by all means, pick who you want. Like I want to make that clear. If you're gonna come and be on the show, like we don't want you to, oh, get on there and vote for the, vote for who you want. If you really don't think that we're right, that's fine. Or
Keep
you
it to
don't think the
yourself. Vote
team
for
we
me
think
anyway.
is better, all right. I'm trying to be
Just kidding. I was
diplomatic.
just kidding.
I'm just trying to be diplomatic. Obviously, y'all can do whatever you like come Monday and Tuesday night, but yes.
I'll
Okay.
know if you don't
So
vote
that
for me.
is
I'm gonna keep notes.
that is the classic bracket. So that is all of night one. Now we can move on to night two,
Wait.
which is
So
also Danny's. Oh, yeah.
real quick, hold on. Before we move on to night 2, with this classic bracket,
Yes.
very I think they should have changed the years, because
Hmm.
I think they should have done like 80s to like Attitude Era. I think Attitude Era is when they should have done a cutoff, and then kind of started after that, because a lot of the post like golden years, post 90 tag teams, after that, like when we see the next, whatever they call it, the modern era bracket, like they're not as packed with like tag teams like this one is. This one got like a lot of the good ones. I feel like the modern one's a little weaker because of the way like the years were. And also, sorry, I as much as I love them, Rock and Sock Connection, I don't think should be on this list.
Well, I'll be honest. I put them on my list, but that's also because my knowledge of classic tag teams isn't that deep. So I went with the ones I know the best,
Totally
and
fair.
um, yeah, I'll save it for Monday night because I have things to say about that, but I don't want to say it here in case they're listening. Um,
All right, modern era.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, obviously we'll get to it, but yeah, modern era. There were a lot of teams that I did not like that did not make it. I think a lot of teams made it that should not have. Um, so I'm not really crazy about that. And Killer Tomato, we cannot hate on Mercedes Monet. She's not in this tournament, unfortunately. Okay, so modern era. Not gonna lie, I don't really know what the status or result is on Steen and El Generico, Owens and Sami Zayn. For those of you that are not familiar with their unslaved names, um, and the Undisputed Era / Red Dragon. I don't know. I don't know what the voting was or result is on that. The graphic wasn't updated for us. I don't know when we're gonna know. I might just ask him after the show. But either way, the winner, I guess, of that matchup amongst the fans is going to fight FTR in the
Yep.
first round. So FTR versus that winner. Beer Money from TNA, James Storm and Bobby Roode versus the Lucha Bros of Rey Fenix and Penta. The New Age Outlaws versus DX, which is Triple H and HBK. I'm calling a little bit of a tinfoil hat on that one. I think that was done by design.
Yeah, that's a crazy
Also,
matchup.
I also do not think New Age Outlaws should be in this bracket at all.
Agreed.
You can make the argument that DX shouldn't either, but I'm okay with it because they had the more significant 07, 08 run. But New Age Outlaws should not be in this side, in my opinion.
Yeah, they should be on the classic side. I agree with that as well.
Then we have Usos versus the Briscoes, which, again, if I'm being technical by the rules that were given to me, Briscoes should also be in the classic tournament. Although they literally formed like the year before the cutoff, so I can let it go.
Yeah, that's why I kind of put them in this era because they,
yeah,
they hit their prime well after.
I'm pretty sure if I look back, I think they formed in either '99 or 2000. But at that point, they weren't even like legal to wrestle in the ring,
Yeah.
but they were wrestling. But I digress. Usos versus Briscoes. It's going to be a huge one. Personally, I think it's not going to go the way we think. But I don't know. Maybe we'll be wrong. But just trying to stay.
That's what we need the
optimistic.
fans
All right.
to come out and vote out for our side.
Next slide for the back half. These are the last grouping of 8. Again, these are on night 2 as well. We have the Young Bucks versus the Motor City Machine Guns with an S, plural. They're missing their S there. So I'm pretty sure it's Alex Shelley and Chris
Just
Sabin, not
one
one or
gun.
the other. Not a handicap. So yeah, Young Bucks versus the Guns. America's Most Wanted, James Storm and Chris Harris versus the New Day. Now, personally, I never really cared for America's Most Wanted. I thought Beer Money was significantly better. See, Danny spelling is hard. It is hard. He knows.
Thanks, guys. It's not just me.
But yeah, I wouldn't do America's Most Wanted in the tournament. I wouldn't have put them in the field. I think there are other tag teams more deserving, personally.
I totally agree with
The
that.
New Day is in here. And I did clarify with them that the New Day, it is considered every iteration of the New Day. I know we were more specific here on our show, but it's going to be every combo of the
That's
New Day.
fine.
We have some comments in chat. So Jake Hager and his hat just missed the cut. Yes, they did, unfortunately. And I may be alone on this, but where's the Brothers of Destruction? Yeah, that's another one. I think they did get some votes, but not enough to make the cut. Yeah, no Brothers of Destruction either. Very good call on that one, Killer Tomato. We have the world's greatest tag team of Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas versus the American Wolves of Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards, known from Ring of Honor and TNA. For those of you not familiar with that team,
I'm kind of on the same fence with World's Greatest Tag Team as America's Most Wanted. Like they had a nice little run, but I don't think I'd put them on here as like greatest of all time kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I mean they're the world's greatest tag team. How could they not be the world's greatest of all time? Someone's gonna say it on a Tuesday. You wait.
I'm foolish. How dare me?
Maybe it's us. Maybe we'll end up with.
Hey, we gotta save that line. Oh, we gave it away.
And then last up, 2 teams I
do not agree should be on this list at all.
Maybe I can give you LAX, but Booker T and Goldust should not be in
No,
this pool.
that's crazy that they're on this list.
It is insane they made it. And I don't like Hernandez at all, but I'm probably gonna be voting hard for anything against Booker T and Goldust, regardless of who has them. I'll give that one away.
We get them with the last pick, so.
Well, with the way it works out, would we be the last pick?
I don't know because sometimes they do a snake, sometimes they don't. So I don't know if we're gonna. It's just gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Because
I think we'd be okay. Yeah, I think we'd be the last pick of the. Well, we can hold our ground and say no, but whatever, we'll see. All right, that's it for the tournament. Those are the brackets. Come join us on Monday night for the classic era. Come join us on Tuesday night for the modern era. And anything you said here that you didn't like, go throw it in chat there. Let's see what they say. Let them hear your voices.
Agreed.
And, Come hang out with us. We know it's Labor Day evening, but at that point it'll be 7 o'clock at night. Yeah, fireworks are overrated. Come hang out with us
Yeah, we're
and
on the
enjoy the
older
rest.
side. We're done partying by then. You gonna want to chill, just sit down on the couch, enjoy the show,
Yeah,
watch us make fools of
laugh with
ourselves.
us.
It'll be great. Have a
Yeah.
drink with
Well, and if you
us.
did, if you didn't watch the last one kind of got away from me to the point where I ended up debating myself in like the finals.
Well, I don't
I
know if it got away from you. It just we perfectly drafted that one where
yeah,
we knew who we wanted to get and we somehow got both of them. We're like, all right, we won this as long as
yeah.
everyone is smart, which they were last time. So
I mean,
thank God.
yeah, I mean, we made some strong cases for Mercedes Moné and Tony Storm, and that ended up being the finals, and then it ended up being, our argument versus our argument to the point where excuse me, I was like, guys, I'm not even going to argue.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I've
sure
said
you just
enough.
said like just vote. Like, what
I
are
was like,
we gonna argue
just
for?
vote. Like, I'm not going to debate myself.
Loved it.
Anything I say ain't going to make a difference. So yeah, we'll see how this one goes.
All right.
Maybe Danny will talk himself into a shoot. Who knows?
That is my plan. All right, so we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with AEW talk. Please don't go anywhere.
Forbidden Door.
Hello and welcome back as we go into our AEW talk of the night. Let me pull that up for you. There we go. All right. So, where's my timer here? Let me pull up the timer on my end. There we go. We got. I should also have updated the other part.
Danny, while Danny's doing that, I will share with everybody just some quick news regarding our co-host Danny here. If you did not see the show before we took time away, Danny and our producer went to Forbidden Door over in London this past weekend. Yeah, wow.
Crazy.
So Danny was there. So while we will be recapping the show itself, we will be leaving time for Danny just in general to share any thoughts, stories, anecdotes, fun times, nightmares, anything from the weekend, anything from the show. So that's our first note here, just Forbidden Door in general. So anything not really related to the matches. If you have anything broad strokes, vague you want to say, take the time, my friend. Let's hear it. What do you got?
No, for sure. So, Forbidden Door, probably my favorite pay-per-view I've ever attended, just because of the seats I was in. I've never been on the ramp. I've never been that close to the aisle, so that was like a great experience. That I felt like a little kid. Like the husband producer, was literally just like the whole time staring at me. He's like, "You look like you're 12 again." I'm like, "I feel like I'm 12. This is fucking awesome." Like I just kept taking pictures, looking around. The only issue that's always an issue, and wrestling fans hopefully one day will learn, just bring some deodorant, just bring some extra stuff, reapply sometimes. Not that hard. It's okay, man. Like we're all there, we're all sweating. Don't worry about it though.
Yeah.
Because we were
Especially
under a nice little
overseas.
fan draft, so all that smell was just being pushed away from us. It was fine. But
Um,
the other problem, you know what the other thing, and I was texting you this, is
but
it makes me laugh how some of these older fans like are such little fucking jerks to kids, and like don't let the kids actually experience like the wrestlers, because guess what, man, the wrestlers aren't going to go like sign your autograph if you're a 40-year-old guy like pushing in his face. They're going to go to the little kid on the ramp and like make their little memories. So like pretty much at the start, once I got there and I started seeing like kids getting blocked out, I was able to get to the entrance and then like get them in there, which is awesome because one kid got a Powerhouse Hobbs elbow pad, which was awesome. He got like real hyped about that. And then at the end, I was able to get Darby to sign one of the kids like little notepads and stuff. So that was like really dope. And also not forget, but it makes me laugh how loud I am that I scream. I during the lights out match, when at the beginning when they were setting up, two guys were bringing back the stairs, and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing with the stairs?" And literally they stopped and turned at me like they did something wrong. I was like, "My bad, guys. Like I didn't know you were gonna listen to me."
a bad
Just dead
production
stopped.
assistant. Bad production assistant.
And
Bad.
then afterward, a security, like a legit security guy, not one of the TV security guys, was coming down at the end to like check something. I was like, "Hey man, they needed your help. Where were you?" He's like, "I was helping those ladies in the back. Don't worry about it," and just like kept on walking. I was like,
All right.
"Yes,
All
I'm
right.
getting attention. This is awesome."
So I had two questions for you. So based on where your seat was your seat technically not V1 right up against the ramp? Because
It
you kept
was
talking about
the
like everybody
second
getting
one
up
in.
and sitting down. So who was the person that had the seat right up against the ramp? Were they sitting there the whole time, or did they not get up?
So the ramp was just like there was like 2 feet between our seat and the ramp. Like the seat didn't go
Okay.
directly to the ramp. Because there was like a little
All right.
aisle for people to walk up and down. So what was
Okay.
happening, which was like unfortunately annoying, and luckily, like midway through the show, one of the security guards was trying his best, and he was doing a pretty good job of keeping it clear. But like people from the section really inside, or people from the back, were just before
Shit.
the even halfway through the match started like lining up on the ramp. And the only reason it was a problem was because they started blocking actual like views because people couldn't see over them. So like security finally came and like cleared them out, and then it was kind of a race to be like, all right, if you kind of know when the match is going to end, you got to get to the ramp right away because everyone's going to just bum rush it.
Yeah.
And then again, those kids kept getting like blocked off. So me and the guy next to me, funny enough, the guy who actually bought the seat next to me never showed up. So some guy from
Oh,
California wound up just kind of being there, and he was chill, so we were talking the whole time, and I kept telling him like, "Hey, we're gonna go like now, like, or get ready. I'm gonna kind of get ready to go during the Tony Storm stuff." So like he was real
ready.
chill
We're
and like
ready.
helping me out. I was like, "Perfect, thank
Good.
you, sir."
Good. That's good to know.
What was that second question?
Um, no, second question. I don't want to call you out on not being a true fan or anything, but when did you get there? Because I didn't see you at all during the 0 hour
Yes,
matches.
unfortunately, I read the email wrong because I was still on New York time, and it said doors
Mm,
open at 4 and show starts at
mm,
6. So we were still kind of traveling around London, and we were trying to get there. I didn't realize they meant pre-show started when the doors open at 4. I thought pre-show started at 6. So we got there just in time to finish the ops match, and then it was actually hilarious. Cage, the Christian Cage and Coppola match started, and I'm like, I turned to John, I'm like, that's kind of shitty that they put this on the pre-show because Nick Wayne got hurt.
nah, you missed like a whole hour and a half,
I
my
know.
man.
I was really disappointed in that because I was like looking forward to a couple of the pre-show matches. And also I got there so late that the merch was gone, obviously, because
Wow,
I
that's
thought like I was
annoying.
gonna get there a little bit earlier, but it happens. Like no big deal.
Yeah, but
Lesson
you know
learned.
what? You know what though? No, it shouldn't. Like, I know we've talked about this before here about like going to live events and the merch, but it's like do better. You know you're going over, man. You know
Yeah,
you're sold out like 19K.
yeah.
Bring the merch, stack up. You're not doing a tour. You literally did
Like
a week.
every
So
stand was done by 6 o'clock.
that's
It
that's
was
fucking
crazy.
annoying. That's very yeah.
Which also means,
Continue.
like, honestly, I wouldn't have seen the
Yeah,
pre-show anyway because I would have been on that line for probably
yeah.
the
Still
first like
though,
hour. Like, it kind of
it's just that's
sucks.
really annoying. Really annoying.
I agree.
All right.
But
Moving
besides that,
on.
honestly, one of the best experiences of my life. Like, if we could ever, the prices in New York, unfortunately, are just skyrocketing. But like, if we ever get the chance to go somewhere else and get like those kind of seats again, oh man, that would be awesome. Like, it was such a great experience. It was a lot of fun. The kids, like the two little kids there were like these little really like English kids where like they couldn't like they
Oh,
were so young, so they like during the holy shit things they were like holy shit, like it was the funniest shit in the world. I loved it. It was adorable. I had a great
oh.
time. Even
Did you?
producer who like doesn't really like get up and like participate in that stuff. Like once in a while, he was even getting up on the ramp. He was taking videos and pictures. He had a great time. It was a great experience.
Could you help me meet Darby Allen?
Yeah, they kept asking me. They really liked Bobby
Could
Lashley,
you?
which shocked me. They loved Bobby Lashley. I was shocked about that.
You should have
But I
grabbed him
felt
and
so
shook him. Be
bad
like, no,
because the
no.
kid was like excited after the lights out cage match. He was like, "All right, I'm gonna get like Osprey won. I'm gonna get his signature." And then Osprey got annihilated, and the kid couldn't understand that Osprey was being like stretchered out, so he still had his poster like waiting for Osprey to come by and sign it.
Yikes. If Mox
And
came that way,
the dad was
I would
trying
have
to be
gotten
real
Mox.
nice. The dad was like, "I don't think he's gonna be able to."
Wow. Oh boy.
So
All
yeah,
right. So let's dive into the actual show.
yes,
Obviously, if
sir.
you have any other little stories throughout, by all means, let's hear them.
Oh,
Throw
for
them in
sure.
there. But all right. Opening match. We have Cope and Cage versus the matriarchy of Kip Sabian and Killswitch, which I don't know if we brought up on Tuesday, but Killswitch is back because Nick Wayne
That's so
apparently has a
dope.
broken foot.
Not dope.
So good, good. No, it is good for him. I'm
No,
glad
no,
he's
not
back
dope
and
that
healthy.
Nick Wayne has a broken foot.
Oh yeah. Well, apparently he's been cleared for a while. Killswitch.
Yeah,
So that's
that's
good to
awesome.
know.
And
It wasn't like it was a last minute thing.
honestly, it would have been so cool to see Nick Wayne and Killswitch as the tag team. Hopefully, maybe that
Mhm.
was the plan, and they were going to kind of unveil it, and then they had to switch it with the Nick Wayne stuff. But
Yeah.
no, I loved seeing Luchasaurus there, or Killswitch. Sorry, I loved seeing him there. I loved that like he was ready for it, and they didn't have to replace Nick Wayne with some like random person that wouldn't have made sense for the story. So it was a great match. I really had fun with it. The Christian Cage when they sang like "Will You Be My Dad" stuff was fucking hilarious. I don't know if you guys heard that on TV, but that was the funniest
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And like
No.
you could tell Cage was genuinely shocked by it, and he like enjoyed it. He was like, "Oh, okay, like
Mhm.
this is great."
Yeah, I think this was a fun opener. I think it was the right match to do to open
Mm-hmm.
up, give Cope and Cage the nice win, give him the pop. Um, yeah, so I liked it. And since we're only talking about Forbidden Door, we can throw on to each segment if we want, little stuff from Dynamite if we want.
Oh yeah.
Very quickly, now it looks like we're gonna right away get Cope and Cage versus FTR at All Out in Toronto.
Yep.
And apparently, this is the first time ever that Cope and Cage are teaming up on a pay-per-view in Toronto, maybe even all of Canada.
Yeah, that's what they said first time,
So
which is totally dope.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be good. We got a whole month or so now until that. Maybe a week less than that. But
And
yeah,
it's
it's
good
gonna be a
that they're
fun
giving
one.
this time to kind of build and like go with it. Like I like that. That's gonna be one of those matches with like the story that you can sink your teeth into. And you got to wonder because Nick Wayne said weeks. Like I think you pointed out in our text messages. So like, wonder if Nick Wayne's gonna come back around then and like try to spoil some stuff.
Yeah, he should be back soonish because Tony said today on the Ring of Honor media call that Nick Wayne's injury isn't bad enough where it calls for an interim champion.
Oh,
So
okay.
usually when
So
that's the
yeah.
case,
So it's
they're
probably
back
like a
soon.
fracture that he's saying is a broken foot. Because fractures usually
Yeah.
tend a little bit quicker.
Yep. All right, next up we have Kyle Fletcher defending the TNT title against Hiromu Takahashi.
Crazy good match.
Pretty straightforward one-on-one defense. Not very surprising, but still pretty solid just
Yeah.
for what it was to get Fletcher over. So nothing much besides that. Did you have any thoughts? Anything to share?
No, it was just like a really good moment for Fletcher. Like you can't, and a lot of the fans like were behind Fletcher. It's pretty split though. A lot of them like
Mhm.
Takahashi, a lot of them like Fletcher. So it was like fun to see the split between them. But yeah, no, I think
Yeah.
obvious person went over. Good match though, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I love Hiromu. He's one of the few people left in New Japan that I really enjoy watching. So it was
Yeah,
nice
he
to see
was
him
very
here.
entertaining.
Mhm. Yeah. Next up, we have probably one of my favorite matches of the night, believe it or not. The TBS title four-way, where Mercedes Moné, Nine Belts Moné, successfully defended the TBS title against Alex Windsor, Bozilla, and Persephone,
Hmm.
all from CMLL or Stardom, respectfully. Um, I enjoyed the match a lot. I think it had a very same thing about the Athena match, but they both had very deliberate paces that I really enjoyed watching. And Bozella was good, but it all kind of made sense to me when you didn't hear this, but when on commentary they pointed out that she's only 21. I was kind of like, okay, I get it
That makes a lot
because
more sense.
she was good, but she
She's just a little
seemed
sloppy.
she's not sloppy, but she seemed very overwhelmed and not fully there, if that makes like in the match. Like watching her, she seemed kind of like overthinking a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
people were pointing that out a little bit. That she's like she seemed a little
So,
more slow and deliberate, and like some of the moves, like I said, I think
mhm,
they looked a little sloppy just because of like how she was trying
mhm.
to like go through the motion and make sure the move landed more than actually like making it look better.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
loved the Dynamite crowd yell Windsor whenever Mercedes mentioned her.
Nah,
Bro, the entire crowd
I
just kept yelling
love it.
Windsor like every, and even when
Huzzah!
people were just talking about her in conversation like to each other, not even screaming it for the audience. They just kept being like, "Oh, remember Alex Windsor?" And like, bro, you can like turn it
Yeah.
off just for the convo.
Oh, you can't. You can't. Those are the rules,
It's
Danny.
wild, and I
Um,
really like the segment because like we're kind of trying to figure out what Mercedes wants, and like she made it very clear she wants to surpass Ultimo Dragon. I think that's awesome. Like that's her goal, and like she's like letting us know. So I'm really interested in see how she kind of keeps going with that.
well, yeah. Well, she posted on social media today, pretty much like all the company's women's champions, like tag me where you at. I want to fight you, and a bunch of them are
That's
replying. So
great.
I think she's starting to legit get stuff set up from that, which is
I
gonna be
love
cool.
that. That's awesome.
Um, My standout in the match though was Persephone. I already knew a little bit of her stuff, and it was decent. I liked it, but I think she worked her ass off in this match.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you were able to see it in the arena on the screens. She sold that loss like death,
Yeah.
and like her face when she lost just was really good selling. It was like the just I loved it. It really stuck out to me. I was like, damn, like that was like a loss that she really took to heart, not just like, oh, what I lost, oh my god. So I really dug that. So
No,
Persephone was a
she
standout.
she has a she has a pretty of all four of them besides Mercedes. Like Windsor, we
Mhm.
knew was gonna have a big following, but Persephone had like a very large amount of the crowd like chanting for her and stuff like that. So I think she's gonna be pretty good. Like I'm interested to see more from her.
Next up, we have Zack Sabre Jr. defending the IWGP World Title versus the winner of the Testicle Spectacle, Nigel McGuinness. He won it over on Collision recently, a fatal four-way that we missed here on the show. And Daniel Garcia was in his corner for that. Zack Sabre did retain. There was obviously always a moment that Nigel could have won, but I didn't think they would. But still fun to believe for a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, I think it delivered. It was a technical match. They did what they were going to do out there, and I'm glad they didn't go the route. Obviously, as soon as you see Garcia with a towel, everyone's like, "Oh, Garcia's going to throw in the towel." Blah
The
blah blah blah
entire
blah.
crowd was waiting for the turn. Like everyone was
Yeah.
like, they had them hooked the
So
entire time. They like everyone was shocked that there was
yeah,
no turn. I felt bad.
I'm glad they didn't do it yet.
I
But
felt bad for a particular mom and during this match because this is when the kids that she was with started checking out because it wasn't as high pace and stuff. And she turns to me, she's
Boo.
like, "How many matches left?" I'm like, "This is like halfway through the card right now." She's like, "Oh no!" Like she's like, "My kids are racing and they want to go home." Like, damn, that sucks because like the best matches are about to come. Like you're about to miss the entire stuff. She's like, "Well, I'm an old WWF head, so all I cared about was Edge and Christian." I was like, "All right, so at least you got what you wanted."
Why we
And
don't
then they
win?
bounced like at the end of this match. It was so upsetting.
Wait, so they didn't. I thought the kids stayed till the end though, because of the
No,
FTR
different. These
thing
are
and the.
no. These were
Oh,
they were
well, those.
also English like UK kids, but they were older. They were
Oh,
like they were done. The kids that stuck with us the whole time, they were like 6 or 7. They stuck the
well,
entire show. They were great.
the ones that left early, y'all can go watch your Monday Night Raw and freaking
Terrible.
cry over
Yeah, very
Bobby
upset with them.
Lashley. Get out of here. Okay. Any other thoughts about Saber and Nigel?
No, I love this match. I thought it was such a good match. I was really insane. I was one of those ones that were waiting for the Daniel Garcia stuff, especially because I think at one point during the match he did distract the ref, but at the wrong time because like
Oh.
Nigel had I think a submission in. Um,
Hmm.
so everyone's like, "Oh, you see, like here we go. Wait till the end," and then he takes off the jacket at the end. I'm like, "Nah, now it's over." Like he took off the jacket, he made
Yeah.
it too obvious. Like let's go, let's move on.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have the three-way tag titles match. Bittersweet, more sweet than bitter. Um, it is the Hurt Syndicate defending their tag titles against Brodito with Cheese and FTR. Um, and immediately, big red flag when Hurt Syndicate comes out and no MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, the bells are going off. All right, something political is afoot, something stinky here. He's mad, doesn't want to be out there probably for it. This is the booking to justify them losing. So, whatever. Um, Honestly, I mean, I watched it, but I kind of half watched the match because I was kind of just so done with Hurt Syndicate. I was like, I want them to lose so bad. I didn't care to watch it fully invested. Obviously, I watched enough of it. I did enjoy what I saw. I'm glad Rodito won, and of course, they didn't pin Hurt Syndicate because Ricochet and the GOA come out.
Yep.
No, not known right away, but they come out, attack them, beat them up. That's payback for when Hurt Syndicate kind of called Ricochet a dork and all that other stuff and like a dweeb, and
Well, he
I appreciate
is.
that. I appreciate that callback and that payback here, but it's just a bad taste in my mouth, at least because after all the news and the words and the reporting and the waste of time, like MVP can't even be out there for it. They have to get beat up by someone else and take it backstage to not even be involved. So it's like, yeah, good riddance. They're done with it. But like, what an immense waste of time.
Yeah. No, I agree. It kind of sucked, and like we all said it in the crowd. The second we didn't see MVP, we're like, all right, so they lost, and then we all just
Yeah.
naturally thought it was gonna be FTR. So the Burdito switch was a good swerve, but my only problem with it
Mhm.
is that like they've only had like 5 matches together. Like it kind of sucks that they're taking that tag team title spot. But if it's kind of if they have a good run with it, I'm not going to complain. Obviously, so
Yeah,
it
and
is what it is.
that's what it comes down to. Like, if they're either a transitional champ after like a month or two, or if they're gonna build off this and actually have good defenses and a story.
Yeah,
Cool. I
because right
mean,
now
well,
FTR is out of the title picture because they're going to go against Cope and Christian.
age.
That's in the next month. So
Yeah.
then you got to think Hurt Syndicate might get a rematch, but they're probably not going to win it because that's why they took it off. And then
Yeah.
you're just going to feud with all these, like Don Callis family, Jet Speed, all these guys. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
I could see Don Callis family beating them Like you can do like
Depending on the
Hechicero and
tag
like
team,
Josh
yeah.
Alexander. Yeah, I don't know. They can do something. Either way. All right, moving on.
Question, because I don't
Yes.
remember because it was all happening so fast. When
Sure.
was the Jamie Hayter debut? After which match?
Oh man, that's right. I didn't even put that on here. I think it already happened at this point.
Right?
Yeah, because I
Because
remember
that
the
was
joke.
dope.
I remember the joke being it happened like 2 hours after the show started, so it might be around like either now or before this.
Yeah, and
But yeah,
that was
so
part of the reason why I was upset with that I missed the pre-show because I heard like after that match they just kept brawling and they went to the back. So when they picked it up, I put two and two together. Like I was able to understand what happened, but I was like, oh man, like even more reason I wish I was here earlier. But that was awesome because like they came out fighting. Everyone was like, all right, who's gonna come out? Who's gonna come out? And once it was Jamie Hayter, like the whole arena exploded. It was dope. And then according to you guys, I still haven't seen it. I still gotta watch it. But I was like all over that segment, which is also awesome.
yeah. The only thing I'll say about Hater is kind of what I said about Seth and anybody else that came back. As long as she's cleared and she's back and gonna be wrestling, dope.
Yep,
But if she's still not really fully cleared, and this was just because they're in London and she's gone for like another month or two, I wouldn't have done it.
that's what I'm nervous
Um,
about because they do that a lot.
but
So like I hope that didn't happen here because it seemed like she's gonna
yeah,
get right into the Triangle of Madness storyline. So I hope they don't
yeah,
just leave that till
and I
later.
hope so. Like I like Hater. Hopefully she's back and good to go.
Yep. All right.
Um, all right, next up, Kazuchika Okada defending the unified title, almost slipped there, against Swerve Strickland. Win about as we thought it would. And Swerve has already gotten surgery on his partially torn meniscus that he's had for years. So
Mm-hmm.
Swerve will be taking time off. Um, I don't really have much else to add here besides the big post-match reveal, but do you have anything about the match you want to talk about?
I mean the match is
It was
good.
fine. It was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
good match,
Good
but
match, just nothing. I
yeah.
think the post was better than just a bigger moment than the actual match itself. The swerve spot at the end obviously needed to happen so he could take the time off, just like the Osprey thing we'll talk about later. But and we'll bring it up later. This puts them in like a really big, I guess you could say, opportunity because two of their big baby faces are going to be out for the foreseeable future. So like that's two big spots to kind of take in there. Darby's going to come in and
Mhm.
take one of those, assuming he doesn't kill himself before then. But it's going to be interesting to see who else they kind of push in that top spot.
You know, and it's funny. Maybe I'm wrong for assuming this, but I feel like a lot of people just are like, forgetting about Adam Page. Like he
No,
wasn't really
no,
a babyface for a long time. No, I'm not blaming you, but I'm saying like everyone's saying this, and it's like Page just turned baby, and he's your champion. Like he's one of those holes,
no,
and
for
now
sure.
everyone's like, what are they gonna
What I mean
do?
is who's going to be the supporting cast for Paige now? Because those are two big guys that are now
Yeah.
out that were in the feud. Because like I've been calling Paige babyface for a couple months now. I think Darby's going to help him take that, but now you have that like that one spot because they were having Paige and Osprey and Swerve, so now you got that one spot. I I don't think Orange Cassidy's coming back anytime soon. So like you might be pushing
Might be,
someone new into that, which is exciting to
might
see.
be.
But yeah,
Maybe he's back
post
sooner than you
match,
think.
right? Post
My
match,
sources tell me.
Wardlow coming back was out of nowhere. I don't think anyone saw that coming. That was pretty dope. And the Callis family looks stacked. Like that is a really good group. You know, it's crazy to think that both Swerve and Osprey being out, they still had them beat the Bucks at All In based on the match stipulation just to get this EVP stuff off. And that's another reason probably why they didn't do like we'll be the EVPs because they know they're not going to be around for a while. Or maybe it would make sense for them to do it. Whatever.
I know what you're thinking, Last, and like I was thinking that too, but then I think it's almost I don't say a cop out, but I think fans would have been like, oh well, no wonder you did the stipulation. They're hurt, it won't be around for a whole year anyway, so the stipulation wouldn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like just be injured or not. So I get it though. I was thinking the same thing, Last, at one point about that. Jay DeFalco says, "Yo soy hechicero." I won't say it like that for the sake of our viewers. Um,
Hechicero.
That's not it. Okay, but yeah, Wardlow back, looking a little thick, looking a little big. I don't know if it was just what he was wearing, but it looked like he put on a little bit. I don't know if it's a good put on or whatever, but we'll see soon enough when he's in the ring wrestling. But I like Wardlow. Hopefully this is the fit. We'll see. He's done this a bunch of times now, so I don't know if it's gonna stick. Um, yeah. All right. Next up, Toni Storm versus Athena for the women's world title. Toni Storm successfully defending against Athena.
Great match. I had so
Um,
much fun with this match.
yeah, very
Um,
good match.
yeah.
I liked the Tony Mercedes match more, but kind of like I said about the TBS match, I liked, I loved the pacing of this one. It was much quicker
Mm-hmm.
than the Tony Mercedes match.
Yep.
Like the spots they were going into and moving through, like there was an energy and a kinetic energy kind of there to it. So yeah, I really enjoyed the match. I didn't really believe in Athena winning it versus like when I thought Mercedes could have, because with Athena defending the ROH title in like 2 days against Mina, I was like, they're not gonna give her that and then go
Yeah.
do that. I didn't believe in it. Um, and it leads me to my next point where it's like I said this to some people already. I think Tony has successfully reached this fever pitch in the last few months where like you've now booked her into multiple corners where she's beaten Tony. I mean, she's beaten Mercedes, she's beaten Athena, and it's like, what can you possibly do next with her?
Even Megan Bain, who was like the up and comer, like she's beating some big names to
Like
to.
she's now beaten your TBS and your Ring of Honor champion.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are the two big dogs, and like yeah, like you said, she's beaten Megan Bain. So I love Tony. I think she's hotter now than she was in any of her other reigns. But I think she shouldn't hold the belt for another month or two tops. I think she's got to lose it in her next defense, which should be like a shocker. Because like not that she's beat up, but like she's beaten these big, big, big people. What's gonna follow that up? Like it's got to be someone like Stat or um
I'd argue even
Tekla, like
Hater.
someone or Hater. Just it's got to be somebody to kind of come in, beat her, just rock her, not see it coming ish. I don't know. Again, I love Tony, but and I'm starting to get to that territory with Tony where I'm like, and that's because of the booking. That's because of the booking with Mercedes and Athena. You made it look like this massive thing, and it's like, now what? You can't keep that going.
Yeah.
You can't sustain
Not
that,
every opponent's gonna be like
unfortunately.
that, and eventually you do have to lose. So
Yeah.
who gets that mega push, and like you got to make sure that they run with it. Like Mariah May got that push, but unfortunately they're gone now. So like they need that kind of next Mariah May kind of character coming, because I don't think it should. Excuse me, unless it's Hater, it should be someone on the newer side. You should push like a younger talent that's going to get that. Like it should have been Bane in reality, but they kind of dropped the ball. Well, now actually no, that's not
Yeah.
true. Now that we've seen what she's kind of like, shouldn't have been Bane. Maybe it is Thekla, like you said. I don't know, but like we'll see.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, I think one, if not both, Mercedes and Tony should not be championed by year's end anymore.
Well, I
It's
think
because,
Mercedes is
like,
going to be champion because she's still doing the 10 belt thing. So like that's going to take a little
yeah,
while.
yeah. Just at some point, it's time for Mercedes to lose some belts. Well, and that's the thing. Like, that's not Tony's decision. It's the company's decisions that she has the belts with. And I'm sure there's a lot of political stuff behind, like, which one's first
Yep,
and
that's all I
how
keep thinking.
quick
Which
and
one's
how many.
first?
So there's a lot. It's a matter of, do you do the TBS first and then the rest come tumbling, or do you start with the smaller and then you work your way up? So I'm really intrigued to see how they do it
Yeah.
because, like, if I recall Ultimo when Ultimo had all the belts. I'm gonna sound like an idiot now. Someone told me about this just a few weeks ago. Like he had 10 belts, but eight of them were like one belt. They were just like the same company, and I believe he just like relinquished all of them when the time came. Like he lost them
Oh
all at
yeah, that
once to
sounds right.
somebody.
Yeah.
Like it was like they didn't really end it well. So I
It
really
wasn't
don't
a
know how this is
cascade
gonna
effect,
end.
which is what which is what this has to
Yeah.
be, because these are belts from all different companies, with the exception of I think the Owen belt, which I think she counts, right?
Yeah. The Owen belt counts, and then two of the UK belts are really one belt. So even though
Yeah.
she has 9 belts right now, she technically only has 7 championships.
Yeah.
If you
So
if you're gonna be that guy, which I would be. But all right, to be continued on all that stuff. But for now, we enjoy their run because they're two of the best and they do deserve it. But I think creatively,
they got
it's
to
gotta,
figure that out. Yep. All
gotta
right.
end
Next
right.
up,
Next up, our true
What?
main event: Adam Page versus MJF for the AEW World Championship. The stipulation was that the world title could change hands via DQ and countout. For MJF only, I believe, not obviously both ways. That wouldn't make sense. Um, but yeah, I loved the match. I thought it played into the stipulation perfect. MJF was the perfect little squirrely heel. I think
Mm-hmm.
they hit all the beats the right way. Um, yeah, just an excellent match. Great stuff.
100% agreed. I mean, they had the crowd eating out of their hands with everything, even the rope spot because like he made the pin, but the bell never rang, so the whole crowd was going crazy and like, wait, what's about to happen? What's about to happen? The foot being on the bottom of the whole time, like people were arguing, like, is he gonna see it? Is he not? Like it was really interesting to experience that kind of live with like the back and forth arguments amongst the crowd. Um,
Yeah,
the
I do wish the bell rang. I think I get why they didn't do it, but
I
it
agree. I think the bell
should
should
have
have
made the
rang
bell
too,
ring.
but that's
Yeah.
that's an argument for a different day. The one thing I will say, and it's a very consistent thing, because you actually pointed out at another company very recently, they were not doing countouts consistently. Like there were parts of the match where Hangman and MJF were
Oh,
outside for a
yeah.
while, and like there was no
Yeah.
count going on. We argued that there should have been two DQ moments, technically, but that got let go. But when he put him through the table, that was technically a DQ moment. And then
Oh,
also after that,
was
MJF put his hands on the referee, which also should have been like a DQ kind of thing. So like just little, usual tweaks there.
so to
What were you
pause
gonna
on
say?
the pause on the table thing. I'm not saying I support it, but there is this like unofficial, unwritten rule in wrestling where if you introduce the foreign object into the ring and then it gets used like then you end up taking the like if someone brings a chair into the ring and then you go to like use it on somebody but then like they end up using it on you, it's not a DQ because you introduced the chair to the ring.
Agreed.
So
If it
again,
was if it was
I'm
a
not
back body
arguing.
drop, wouldn't have argued it. But the fact that it was a deliberate like move, a signature move that he put him
Yeah.
through the table, that was what we were arguing. Like is and it's funny because some people were on your side were like, no, MJ introduced it. Everyone knows that's the rule. But it's like,
Yeah. And
where does that rule
yeah.
line draw on that rule?
And I'm not really hung up on the logic of it. I just wanted to
Oh
like
no,
bring it up for argument's
of
sake.
course,
But at the end of the day, just cool spot, whatever.
a
Yeah, that's
great
what wrestling
match.
is now, though.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
They
great
ignore most
match. It
DQ
played
count
into it
out
very
stuff.
well. I really enjoyed it. A lot of people thought he was going to cash in the check cash in the contract right after. Glad he didn't.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have made sense. So glad he didn't. But yeah, no, I loved it. Really, really good match.
Yeah. And for those of you that did not watch the scrum after the
Yep,
pay-per-view, they did bring it
big
up on
big announcement.
Dynamite. But just in case you also missed it on Dynamite when Excalibur said it, Tony Khan made it official that going forward, including now with MJF, any cash-ins of contracts won for title matches have to give 7 days notice. So basically, cash-ins are dead in AEW, which is amazing.
Yeah, I love
Um,
that. I think that's great.
great, great call. We don't need that crap here.
And
And it's sad because it used to be a cool. It
I
is
was gonna
still a
say,
cool concept,
I was gonna
but
say, I think
they
cash-ins are
haven't.
still
It hasn't.
cool, but they both don't need to be able to do it like that.
It well that and also it hasn't been fun for quite a while. That's the thing. I think that's why it's fans are so burnt out by the concept of
Totally
cash-ins.
fair.
They haven't been cool or truly predictable in a long time.
Totally fair.
They become such a like, oh, well, it has to be here. It's gonna be here, and then it's there. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Um, I think the last
Is that
whatever. Okay.
awesome? Yeah.
Um, moving on to the final point of the evening, our unofficial main event, the lights out 10-man cage match, which
Ridiculous.
thank God the cage was the way it was. If you didn't see the pay-per-view, or video clips or anything like that, um, it was a unofficial like Hell in a Cell kind of,
Yeah.
but a shorter cage with no roof, and it went around the ringside area so that 10 people can actually breathe and function in the match. Not gonna lie, until I saw the cage, I thought this was gonna be an absolute shit show.
I was seeing the
I was
same
not
thing.
looking forward to it.
I was seeing the
Yeah.
same thing, and I even told John, I was like, I don't know how we're gonna be able to see 10 people do things with
Yeah.
just a normal cage. And then I kept looking at it. I'm like, that looks kind of bigger, but I'm like, no, like I've seen the cage matches before. Like it's gonna just surround it. And then as the Lord, I'm like, oh shit! Like I start getting hyped. I'm like, oh okay, this is gonna be
Oh,
better than I thought. I was really hyped with it. The first thing I'll say that I sent you a video of this, and I thought it was the funniest thing in the world when the Young Bucks come out. As you guys have known, or if you haven't been paying attention since they lost EVP status, they've been coming out as like jobbers. They keep throwing like old school music or old school videos on the screens, or they'll play random songs. So for their entrance for Forbidden Door, they started playing Hanson's Bop, which hilarious. Everyone's making fun of them, and then two guys next to me on the rail. This guy sticks out his arm, and I just see Matt grab it and like call Nick over and be like, "Do you see this? Can you believe this?" Blah blah. I'm like, "What the hell does this guy have tattooed on him that like, or on his arm that they're going crazy about?" And then he turns to me. He has Mbop tattooed on his arm and is like sticking it in their face. I was like, "That's wild that you even have that tattoo." Hilarious that you get to bring it up now in their face. It was really funny.
well, I'm gonna admit, so I don't know for sure. Hanson, like, are they American based? Are they based out of London, Canada? Like, are
I
they Canadian?
I could not tell you. I hated them. I did not listen to them.
Well, yeah, well, of course we were teenage boys. Of course we hated Hanson when they were
No, they were
huge. They
just
were the most
bad. I
annoying thing
liked
of all.
other. I was gay, so I
Oh,
liked other of that like pop music,
wait,
boy band stuff. But like Mbop is terrible. Hanson's terrible.
wait, you were? You were gay? All right, sorry. Um, hold on. No,
I gotta go.
so yes, the cage match. I actually enjoyed it a lot. I think it went well.
Yes.
Um, I really did not. I guess it's the cynical nature of me, but I did not see this babyface team winning. I thought they were just too legit beat up. I'm like, they're not gonna win
I
this
was
thing.
shocked that you didn't pick him. I was like, we're in London. It's you. It's Osprey's gonna be last match for a while. Like I thought it was pretty much like all the
Well,
writing was
because
on the wall.
yeah, well, I'll say this: if anybody but Tanahashi got that pin, I would have had a much bigger issue with what they did and how they did it. Like giving the baby faces the win and then immediately doing the heel beat down to end the show. Because if I'm cool with Tanahashi getting the pin last time in AEW potentially, blah blah blah, getting that moment. But like if Darby got the pin or Osprey got the pin and then he did the beatdown, it's 50-50 booking kind of bullshit. It
Yeah.
still was, but it works for me at least
Yeah.
because of how they did it.
I don't
So
know
I
how
can
they
let it go.
I don't know how they played on TV. It did look a little like I was very curious to see how it looked on TV when they were leaving, how they left Osprey alone and stuff because like it looked like they were trying to drag Darby back in to celebrate, and then they realized like midway about to roll him in the ring, they were like, "Oh wait, this is the Osprey spot," and then just started walking him away. I was like, "That looks fucking hilarious." I hope they caught that.
They- There was a moment where I think if it was either Darby or Tanahashi, somebody was trying to get back in the ring, and Bryce or someone was like, "No, no, it's just Osprey talking right now."
Yeah,
And
that
then he
was the
did his
I
whole
think
like
that was the Darby moment.
that was probably that. And then he was doing his speech, and then it's funny. So they started, and my brother can attest to this because I was watching with him. But like they legit did it. They were playing the music. The pay-per-view was ending, and Osprey was leaving the ring, and I caught Claudio out of the corner of my eye, and I said to my brother, "Yo, it'd be hysterical if Claudio just popped him with an uppercut right now." And like before I even finished the sentence, Claudio laid him out. And
Yeah.
this was as the little graphics were on the screen, like wrapping up the
Oh,
pay-per-view.
that's
So
good.
they,
Okay,
so they made you think you were safe, you were done, you were good,
that's
and then
awesome.
bam, they hit you with it.
That
And they
was
did the
really
whole
good.
beatdown. Yeah, so it was good. I mean, listen, it worked. I mean, you know,
How?
I'm
Okay.
never really the biggest 50-50 guy, but in this instance, it worked where it gives Tanahashi that kind of moment, and it was fine. I liked it.
Hanson is based out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thank you, Harley.
That
Um,
doesn't make sense at all.
how was your reaction to the two Darby spots? Because both of those made me cringe. in a great way because
Is
I'm a sadistic wrestling fan. But
is one of
the
them the
one spot
fork?
with of course, and then the other one when he got tied into the chair and then got fucking rocked it out of it.
I love that one a lot.
That
The
one was
fork
dope.
one
I
was
thought that was
fine.
great.
Fork one was fine. It was good. I did not like it. It was good though. I liked the other one more where he was taped up and slammed with the chair on. That was awesome.
The fork one
Um,
reminded me of the Jeff Hardy spot a while back,
mm,
but like obviously
yeah,
much
with the
grosser and fucking
screwdriver.
crazy. Yeah.
So I will stand by this though. We didn't get a chance to talk about it because we weren't on. Um, Especially after this past Wednesday, not this past Wednesday, but the Wednesday before Forbidden Door, when they had the War Dogs with Gabe Kidd show up to beat up all the baby faces with the Death
Mm-hmm.
Riders. Um, I know I'm a hater, but I legit mean it from like a creative sense and the
It
momentum.
should have been them.
Young Bucks should not have been in this
Yeah.
match.
Young
This was
Bucks.
just another this
I,
was just another moment to get the Young Bucks in a multi-man hardcore match to do the stuff.
Young Bucks.
And
The way they've been writing them and everything, they should have been on the pre-show. 100%.
like
They should have
yeah,
been on the pre-show.
like Mox realistically should not have been going to them for help with the way they've been wrestling and
Doesn't make
being
sense.
and like so that was kind of dumb. It was clearly just to get the Bucks into again a multi-man
Yep.
tag big spot. But yeah, they should have been on the 0 Hour wrestling Young Boys. And it should have been the War
Young
Dogs. But the
boys.
problem is
Why'd you
they
say it
didn't.
like that?
Oh, well, you don't know. That's the term for like in New Japan, like when they're like rookies or like unknowns.
Oh, they called
They
them
call
young boys. That sounded weird the way you
yeah,
said it.
yeah. No, no. So like, for example, when they're like training in the New Japan dojo and they're not over yet or not really wrestling, they have to wear black tights, black boots, basically no special gear,
Gotcha.
and they're still called young boys at that point. Like they don't have
Okay.
a name, they don't really
Gotcha.
have like a
Gotcha.
name. So, yeah, that wasn't me being derogatory or
That
making
was
fun
funny.
of. They're
It just made
legit
me
called
laugh.
young boys.
Um,
Well, yeah, I'm just educating you and our viewers if you don't know.
and
But
then so
like if you just had better booking like 2 weeks in advance, get the War Dogs on TV and get them over for your audience
literally,
and make it Forbidden Door.
and
Like
even if you didn't have them yet, that was the other thing. That was a complaint I said when the teams were originally announced. That like there was no like back in the day that was a fun segment, like going to each person backstage and trying to get like your partners and stuff. There was none of that except for like one or two people. That was it. Everything else was just announced. Like these are the partners. These are the things. It would have been fun if the Death Riders, who don't have anyone because they're the Death Riders and they've been doing all the shit they've been doing on AEW, couldn't find partners, and then the Dynamite before you get the I was about to call them War Raiders. Sorry, help me out. Who were they called?
what the War Dog?
Thank you,
War
War
Dogs?
Dogs. So you get them
Yeah.
out, and like then they're the surprise partners. Like that would have been epic. That would have been a cool storyline. That would have been a good way to do it. But instead, they rushed it all because they were trying to get like the promotion on, and I don't know. It kind of hurt it a little bit. I agree with you. I don't think the Young Bucks should have been there.
Yeah. And my final point for the night, just watching everything lately, I do feel like something is brewing. Tony's cooking something up. I think we have something coming along with Garcia, Hook, Statlander, maybe even Yuta, just some sort of like new group that's either gonna go baby or heel. Like, or I was even thinking some sort of like new Death Riders that like either pushes out Mox or Mox pushes out Yuta and Claudia. Like, something's coming. I think there's some sort of like tide shifting that they're building to with each of these people. So I'm really curious how that plays out. But I just wanted
That'd
to
be dope. Especially because I
get
still
that
don't
out
understand what
there.
they're doing with Hook. So that'd be dope.
That's what I think. I think something with Hook and Garcia and Stat. Like, I think it's all going to converge to something. I
The
just don't
last
know if it's
thing
going to be.
I want to
Yeah.
bring up is
Oh,
the spot from last night. And first off, that main event match was awesome. Claudio versus Darby, great match. Falls Count Anywhere.
I'll count anywhere.
I would rather them actually took advantage of that and actually had a fall outside of the ring. That's just my personal pet peeve, but is what it is. The
They had
fucking
attempted ones, but
no, I know,
didn't
but
end in
like
it.
I would have
I
rather
get it. I
them
get
kind
what
of
you're
ended out
saying.
there. But the spot with
Yeah.
Darby getting fucking tossed into the commentators table was great. Like something so simple looked so good. I loved it. He looked like he got tossed like 15 feet. It was awesome. And then the fact that
I
they
wanted
couldn't even
him.
get back on for like 10 minutes after that.
I wanted him to go back into the. I wanted him to get thrown into the crowd, like on people.
I I,
This was
I mean,
me.
he almost did. Like, if
Yeah,
they
why
really
not?
wanted to, he definitely could have cleared that guardrail.
Yeah. Claudio deserves more respect. He does, and
100%.
honestly, I'm kind of fed up with fans thinking he's washed and kind of been less than this year. I don't understand it. I think people are just hating the hate.
I agree. He's
So
so good. He's so talented. He's had great match after great match. I just feel bad that he's never going to have, like, a good world title run because, like, he's
who's to
just
say?
so low
Who's
on
to
the,
say?
like, I mean, maybe not. Maybe, hopefully I'm wrong.
Yeah. I wanted to see him swing down the whole aisle. Yeah, okay, dope. I really hope at some point, whether it's on the Ring of Honor pay-per-view or sometime before we wrap up this residency, I want to see a chair riot. I want everyone to start throwing their chairs into the ring.
That would be
I know it's
so dope.
completely unsafe, but being in attendance for one, I would
We'll
love to
see.
see it again for
We'll see if that
AEW.
could happen.
Um,
All right.
yeah,
With that being said, we are before the 9:30 mark, so I think we did a good job tonight on our catch up on our after 2 weeks gone hiatus.
we
But
had a lot. We had a
just a
lot.
reminder, Monday and Tuesday will be on Till 5 Wrestling. What time does that start again? Just remind them.
It
And me.
starts at 7 p.m.
7
Eastern
p.m.
Standard Time. Both nights we will be on the blue side, not here on Twitch. We'll be over on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to get the notification for that, go to Till 5 Wrestling's page, and they have an event you can sign up for to get the notification when they're
Yep.
live. And we will be there with bells
Or
on and
check
ready to
out our
fight.
page, and we'll share the link, and you can click through there as well. So one way or another,
Maybe.
you'll be able to maybe.
Who
All right.
knows?
See you guys next week, 7 o'clock, hopefully, on Facebook. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.